episode número 16. The sexiest number of all the numbers. 16. It just rolls off the tongue. What number is that? Sweet 16. That's terrible. Actually, I take everything back. Hey, everybody. I want to say welcome to Mortal Rolls, the only game show that uses the power of imagination to look at the world around us in a funny way, making funny voices, trying to make people laugh and tell great stories, because that's what we do. That's what at least we're trying to do. And who are we? Well, I guess we're just going to jump right into some introductions here. And we have a couple of rectangles with colors. So I think we're going to go with the green rectangle first. Blue, then blue rectangle, then the pink rectangles. And you guys can fight to see who goes first. But please, introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Ree. I play Eve, and I am ready to go. Last session, we left up on a cliffhanger. Again.
Yes, we did.
So, let's get this going.
Awesome.
Blue screen.
Hey, hi, hello, I'm Sarah, and I play Morwen, and I want to play Let's Play.
Yes. Now, who won in the fight? That's what I want. That's what I...
Listen, I lose every fight between us. Which means I'll go first. I am Keegs. I play Oren, the fun-loving and love-loving redacted class. I'm so excited to cast Fear. Ha!
Yep.
But now, finally, to the one formerly known as Whitehair, now only known as the Shadow from henceforth.
White Shadow.
Nope. We're not doing any colors for me.
Just doing...
Yeah, so white then, because white is not a color. Nope, just clear.
It's a shade.
It's a
You nailed it.
I'm the in-between. I am the shadow that lurks in between the dark and the light. I'm the one that haunts your dreams. I'm the one K-Sue. What is up? I play Sabine. That's it.
Sweet. Well done, everybody. Here at Mortal sometimes what we like to do is have a little fun. In a segment I like to call Fun with Tone, Fun with Tone. Everybody loves Fun with Tone. Tone! All right. Today's Fun with Tone episode, before we start, it's going to be a little something. We're gonna dive deep into our shady past and share one thing that you think that you can either do a true story or maybe just talk about your character. Is there something in their shady past? But what's one thing that you got away with when you were a kid that you know what? You can laugh about it now. I'll start. This is lethargic. This is therapy. Welcome to therapy.
Welcome to
this
therapy.
This has been sitting on my mind for quite some time.
It's no longer fun with tone, it's therapy with tone.
I thought that's
therapy. I gotta change the song. Therapy with tone. Therapy with tone. That's what the sessions are for.
Yep.
All right, so here we go. Get ready for this. Actually, it was funny because we were having a conversation actually before, but just kind of retelling a story about the greatest con in the world, and that was done by this guy, grade 4. How old was I? 1989. It was the year of 1989. Get ready for this. Pizza Hut was encouraging kids to read by giving these coupons for every time that you read a book. You go and you write a little book report, and you get a coupon. Well, that was fine and dandy, but then I realized I didn't like reading too much. It made me sleepy. I liked reading the books with the pictures, but then I had to go into the books without the pictures, and that was a little bit tougher. And besides, I always judged a book by its cover, and I always grabbed the cool covered books, and they were much thicker than the little books. So anyways, It started out with all pure intent. I just want to let you know it was good intent.
It
The intention was there
always,
to read all the books.
it always
It
does.
started out with
Mhm.
then making it up partway through. You get the gist of it. Then you just made up the book report. But they got so bad, folks. I'm not proud of this. It's getting off my chest. I ended up making up stories and making book reports about them. So, but I just want to let you know that the intention was to one day write this book. So one day you will see Dr. Nick and the 7 viruses out hitting the shelves.
Hi,
And you'll know
everybody. I'm Dr. Nick.
I feel
Dr.
like
Nick.
I read that book during 2020.
Really?
Oh, man, someone beat me to it.
I think you
Hey,
need
it's a self-prophecy.
to.
That counts. I'll take it. It's already been written, so there we go. I'm good.
No, I think you should make it into a campaign.
Dr. Nick and the seven viruses.
But we are the 7 viruses.
But there's only
Snap.
4 of us.
That's okay. Some of us have multiple viruses inside one.
We got it. It's good. Done. There we go. Is there anyone want to participate in this therapy?
Okay, so well,
Always down for the chaos.
yeah, we're good for it. What I will share is I didn't get away with anything ever. I got caught with everything I did, including this one time. We had this thing called Milk Club or Moo Club. Growing up in like elementary school, right? And this is where like if you got milk every single day and you like drank your little chocolate milk or your juice or whatever every day, you got to put a little mark on the like big board at the front. And the more milk you got and the more milk you drank, the bigger the prizes you got from the Moo Club. And
The Moo Club?
Yep. And so we had like special Moo Club captains that would be the ones that would go and give out the milk every day, and then they would go and mark down the names of everyone that got milk. So I volunteered as a Moo Club captain, of course.
Of course you did.
And I cheated like crazy and put my name each time I was in charge of Moo Club. I would mark in all the days that I didn't get milk as if I had. But I didn't think about it very well, and I ended up putting my name too many times and like marked myself too far ahead to the point where I had marked myself that I had gotten milk more times than the amount of days that had passed in the Moo Club. So I got caught for cheating, and I think I got kicked out of Moo Club altogether.
You got kicked out of the Moo Club. The code of ethics was
all because I really wanted the pencil with the little cow eraser on the top of it.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's worth it right there, really.
That's amazing. Hey, how does it feel to get that off your chest?
Well, I mean, it's not like it was a secret. I got caught and suspended or like kicked out of class one day for it. So like, I didn't get away with anything I tried.
Yeah, but fair. But does it feel good?
Didn't feel very good.
Hey, guess what? It's out there now. Done. Congratulations. Therapy. You are now officially fixed.
I also didn't really get away with anything, but that's also because I didn't try anything.
That sounds right.
I was.
Were you the person that would just own up to it after you feel so guilty?
Oh yeah, no. If I did anything, I would rat myself out.
She didn't do anything bad though.
I didn't really do much in the first place. The one thing that I did that was questionable was one time my friend had a twin brother, and he was bothering us, so we dared him to drink a weird concoction that we made of like random things that we poured together.
Was it Drano?
Did you kill someone?
Somebody?
She's like, you guys, I didn't do much. I was a really good kid. But this one time I did kill someone with antifreeze.
No, it wasn't anything like that would kill you. It was just...
This is a metaphor for something, right?
There was an mouthwash, and there was like ketchup and mustard, and like it was gross. It was a combination of everything that we could find. Like it was. And he drank it because he was a boy that was like
a dumb boy.
I'll take this dare. And then got sick, but he was fine.
Immediately. Immediately, like it was like
he was. Oh, this is so good, and then like basically.
Hey, at least you tried. My
At
man
least
tried.
he didn't die. That's the.
No, it wasn't anything lethal. And yes, I see it in the chat there, Autumn. That is correct. I could not help you lie for a joke today.
I helped you lie, Autumn.
I try. It's just that I'm not good at lying.
Hey, that's okay.
I think that's a good thing.
Bad thing.
Hey, you know what? That's a great talent. You know what? Good on you. Good on you. I won't accept any drinks from you. I just want to let you know.
Vinegar.
I'm just kidding.
I don't have any reason to poison all of you.
You should tell the Walmart.
Yet.
I was
know
like, oh
shit.
Oh my gosh. Amazing. But hey, guess what? I'm no doctor. I've seen one on TV, but you are fixed. Congratulations. I'll send you a certificate.
You are cleansed.
You have been cleansed. Who? Anyone else? No forcing of the issue. It's only if you want to participate.
I'll go
My
last.
parents watch this.
Okay. All right. You got the parent pass. We're not there yet. Maybe next week.
I've done nothing bad, so.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the one. Okay, my parents already know about this, so it's okay. I would put off school assignments until the night before, and then I would be so stressed that I would cry, and then my dad would do my homework. And I'd be like, Dad, I'm so stressed.
Emotional manipulation.
And he was like, okay, well, why don't you talk and I'll type? And I was like, okay. And then I'd just close my eyes and I'd take a nap.
She's just a cute crier, okay? I've seen it.
Oh,
I wouldn't call it cute, but I do cry
It is cute.
at a lot of things. A lot of things.
well, that's so sweet.
Cry.
Now that's awesome. I'm gonna ask, did you pass?
Yes, actually,
There you go.
my dad.
She's a teacher.
Totally
My
worth it.
dad wrote my admission letter for university, and I got in.
Huzzah!
We will be editing that out for the YouTube portion.
I mean, I don't go there anymore, and I didn't get a degree, so it doesn't really matter.
My dad wrote my dissertation for my thesis.
My dad wrote my master's.
My dad took the bar for me.
I just said, hey.
Oh wait, my dad's dead. Oh, so sorry. That was me.
Sorry, Dad.
All right.
Thanks for so much help. I love you.
That's a great segue to Shadow. Did you want to share something or the memories of 2 hours ago?
Fine, I'll share a little bit. Hold on.
A little bit.
Okay. I gotta think of like a good.
Tell the Walmart story.
Nothing
Walmart
incriminating.
story, really?
Oh,
Hey.
she knows which one.
Okay. All right.
That was about the year of 1992. What was happening?
That was the year 2011, and we were about to get married.
No. I was going to 1992. I was about 2 years old. It was a rough life.
You were.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see. 2011. I. Okay. I can't believe I'm gonna tell this story. Okay.
Going on the internet.
I'm well aware of
It's
this.
never gonna die now.
I mean, it's great about being the editor. Okay, all right. So
This alleged incident, of course.
yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. Like first of all, I would never. Okay, let me just say that I am innocent. I am clean. Now, with that being said, we were in. Oh my god, this is such a long freaking
You don't have to go back
story.
that far. We were engaged. You went to Walmart with a friend, and
Shush. Okay, we were engaged, I went back to like visit my parents and like go shopping and stuff, yada yada yada. A friend of mine and I had gone thrift store shopping. Let it be known, I was 19 at the time.
That's how many brain cells she used.
I was stupid at my time, okay? But I was in Walmart with my friend. She had kind of spent all of her money, and I maybe let it slip that, hey, the security in this Walmart is really relaxed. So if you slip things in your purse, it'd be fine. It wouldn't be a big deal. I was unaware, however, that she would be slipping them into my purse. So
You said it was a joke.
So I was.
And then this person took it too far.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I am on the phone with another friend, not paying attention. I'm just like getting all these hot Cheetos and stuff because we didn't have them in Canada at the time. We were leaving, like we were checking out because I did pay for some products. I paid for my hot Cheetos, okay, and my Fiji water and some other treats that I was excited about. And we go to the door and we're like singing the stupid People of Walmart song that was really popular back then. About to walk through the doors, and this creepy, old, beefy dude was standing. Dude, this guy was magic, I swear. I, like, walk through the sliding, like, doors, and I go out the second set, and this guy just, like, comes, like out of nowhere and just, like, pops in front of me, and he goes, "Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to step back inside." And I'm like, good one. And I try to, like, dip around him, and he's like, "Ma'am, the makeup in your purse, I'm gonna need you to step in my office." And I was like, and I just like stared at my friend and baby K2 was ballsy, y'all. I took one mascara out of my bag and gave it to him and tried to act like that would suffice, and then try to walk away. And he's like, "I know you have more than that. I've been watching you guys this entire time." And I was like, "Oh, okay, great. This is awesome. This is so great."
Look at that.
Yeah.
Long story short, this idiot who married her had to pay the fine.
Hey, I paid my own fine, but also turns out we had racked up almost $100 worth of makeup, which was a felon.
Oh.
A couple good things though came from it. The police officer that came to like detain us and like take our photo and all that kind of stuff, he was a creep, and I got him fired because he was hitting on us. He tried to give us his phone number and like come up and party with us in Canada. And I got his ass fired because I went and talked to the DA and the judge, and I was like, "Look, what I did was wrong. Here's my money. I'm so sorry. However, do you know what your officers are doing? They are partying with minors in this town. I got names. I got receipts. If I'm going down, I'm taking that whole police force down with me." And that's my story.
Good for you.
And now it's on the internet.
The goddess of chaos. This
Yep.
is crazy. Wow.
Yep. That's one story
There you go.
that you guys have. You're welcome.
That was good. That was good. I think the moral of the story is, hey, stay in school, kids.
Yes.
Don't
And
get drugged.
you're going to write your papers. That's the moral of
Hey,
the
read
story.
books.
Yeah, read those books. Don't forge.
Having to write, a book 35 years later.
Yep. That's okay. We're going to turn it into a fun campaign. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Hey, speaking of fun campaign, we're going to be jumping into a recap here shortly, but we do have to send it off and pass it off to our correspondent there in the blue room.
Two-tone.
Tone!
yes.
What's on the social medias today?
This is Sarah from the social media reporting live from the Blue Room. We have a few announcements today. Actually, we just have one. Mortal Rules is going to GameCon June 14th to the 16th. We will be there. We will not be in rectangles. It will be real life. And we are super excited to see you guys there.
GameCon!
Ooh.
Hey,
GameCon with an N
GameCon.
or with an M?
It is GameCon.
Correct.
Or how we say
Like
it out in the
inconceivable.
hood, we say GC-Gamescon. You're welcome.
Hyphen PAMSCon.
Usually,
Yeah. It is colloquial known as PAMSCom with the Mortal Rolls crew.
army pants, flip flops.
Yeah.
Hashtag
Hashtag show your A game, EH.
Dang, that's good.
I'll show you my A game.
Okay.
Boom.
Mhm.
Speaking of A game, hey everybody, welcome back to episode 16. That's 16 for those learning the Espanol. Let's go into a recap. Last time on Mortal Rolls, embarking on a quest through the hallowed Cathedral Museum, our fallen heroes delve into the depths of their obscured past. Beneath the colossal statue of Arcus, Sabine, with her power to manipulate the planar rifts, encounters an enigmatic spirit resembling an elf from the ancient caverns. This spectral being speaks a forgotten lore and mentions Cleonath, the Mother Sage, whom Eve desperately seeks. The spirit forewarns of the dinner of devils awaiting in the temple chamber dedicated to Bane, the god of battle, the god of warfare. Concurrently, Eve is ensnared by a vision within the Chapel of Juice, revealing unrest in Olympia and a pressing 3-day deadline to prepare a divine banquet. Oren uncovers a hidden entrance to Bane's chamber, while Morwen discovers the crucial elements to her past? Question mark. The maiden, the mother, the crone, under the title the three of one. The temple door then yields to her, just as Oren steps inside, only to be met with an unexpected revelation. There was people inside. As Eve and Sabine approach the doorway, the question lingers, will they make it in time for the dinner of devils? Or is there a more sinister, nay, a more delicious fate awaiting them? The answer unfolds today in Mortal Rolls. Now let us go back into, you find yourselves in the chamber. You find yourselves in this temple chamber of Bane. Now, last we left off, I think everyone can see the map. You're all, right? You, Sabine, Eve, Morwen, you're all standing by the doorway. You guys were peering in. You saw a few things, heard a few things. Oren and Rupert Chomsky, under the secret passage that was later revealed to be that of like a smuggler's tunnel that Remorum is also famously known for. The smuggling guild, the smugglers guild of Remorum, these secret tunnels underneath the city. Oh man, I can't hear any of you. I see your mouths moving, but I can't hear you.
You probably didn't want to hear it.
We were saying secret tunnel
Through the mountain.
It's
You're right. I shouldn't have asked.
Nope, you never want to.
I was talking to myself, so
I was giving myself encouragement. I didn't want to be
I
all
was
here.
mostly just repeating what you said to myself.
Nice. Rupert Chomsky follows Oren faithfully. Oren, you escape out of this secret tunnel in behind a statue. Then, with everyone there at the doorway, the plan was laid out that you would jump out and cause a scene. And so you jump out and you cast fear. What? Now, this is the part where I think we're going to do a little bit of a retcon because there was a bit of a misunderstanding of how fear worked. I think the initial understanding was that it would be like a fear effect, that it would be like whoever was within a radius would have to roll, but that's not how it works. How does it work there, Oren?
Well, I'm going to use my ability Scare to Death. And I'm going to jump out and go, surprise, motherfuckers, it's Oren! And I'm going to scare them real bad because I'm scary.
Yep.
And we're going to cast this little thing called Scare to Death. So it can only pick one person at a time, but that's okay because I'm going to pick the one that looks the most like the boss. I don't know who I see, so...
Wowzers.
One of them.
You're going to have to do a very quick check just to see, because if you're going to gauge to see how, which one looks better or scarier. Now, just to kind of go back, Fear, you have this special feat for Scared to Death. A pretty cool feat. Fear, the spell, is you cast it on a single person. That person has to make a save. Unless you cast it at a 3rd level spell, that's when you can affect up to 5 people, 5 creatures. So in this case here, with your Scared to Death, you're jumping in, you're casting it on one person. You said, which one looks scarier? I want you to roll a perception roll. With a -2 to look upon the dinner table. What'd you get? A 15. And you know what? A 15 is enough for you to catch the faces of these, dinner guests. The first person that you see is, you see an older fellow with a beard that looks gray, but something's missing. His eyes are missing. And as you can see that they seem like they were, been removed of recently.
Wait,
and
his
you can
eyes
still
are there,
see.
but he's not dead? Take that, Eve.
I wouldn't try it if I were you.
Wait, challenge accepted. Go, Sabine.
I'm gonna find those eyes.
Also catch a glimpse that even his fingers have some sort of red liquid around it. You can only assume, perhaps, it being blood. The other person was that of a reddish creature with wings of a bat, that seems. Horns on the top of the head, sitting, that one is closest to you. It's back to you. However, it does turn at the sound, and so you can kind of see that the entire creature is of reddish color and doesn't look human. Which one do you pick?
We're gonna go with the freakish bat douchebag.
You chose.
I'm the Batman!
Boy.
And I'm gonna fear.
Oh, man.
And I'm gonna roll against his will DC. We're gonna roll a performance.
All right, let's talk about this little will DC. We learned that a will DC is 10 plus the abilities modifier. So the will DC is going to be, it's going to be a 19.
Yeah, well.
Take that.
Oh, 19, you're not supposed to roll 19. What did you Bloody 32.
So here's the fun part. Because it was a
Oh shit!
critical success,
Oh my God.
that little son of a bitch needs to roll a fortitude save against my performance DC, and which was, again, a 32. And if it critically fails against that, then it will die.
Fail.
Okay, so let's recap this. This spell is called Scared to Death.
This guy's got him scared
It
to death.
failed. You succeeded critically. It was a critical success. Therefore, he rolls. If it's a critical fumble, he dies
Just dies on the spot.
instantly.
I need that in real life.
And now this to recap, what is the DC that he's rolling against for this?
32.
Wait, no, it's your
Wait.
performance.
Oh, is it the
So that's
performance
different.
DC?
Yeah,
Okay.
10 plus your modifier.
Okay, so then it would be 22.
22. So if this guy who's just here for a good time.
He just wanted snacky snacks.
Just wheeling and dealing, man.
This guy may die if I roll a 12, and I have to roll a fortitude save.
Sure do.
The weakest.
Don't screw this one up.
Oh,
All right, I should do it privately, hey?
no. Yeah.
No way, I'm doing it. Here you guys go. I'm showing you what he rolls. This is hilarious. Oh, 18. 18.
Poor
Okay.
little Zeal.
Well, in that case, he is just frightened 2 and is fleeing for 1 round.
Oh, he's not dead.
No.
Oh, so that a critical
fail to die instantly.
Oh.
What a cool spell. All right, Pathfinder 2E fans out there, make sure you pick up your scared to death cantrip spell.
Feet.
Totally terrifying.
Yeah, it's a feat. That's not even a spell, y'all. That's the greatest part.
Okay, do a little frightened action here, and he's got two rounds of frightened.
Mm-hmm.
Wowzers. Okay.
It's just like, come on. Which is going to be even more terrifying.
Let's roll initiative. Now, Oren, since you did that roll a performance, you can roll a performance as your initiative. And the reason why Oren's rolling performance, because in Pathfinder, depends on what kind of skill you're using, you can use that skill as rolling initiative. By default, it's a perception roll, so everyone else will be rolling a perception. Oren can roll a performance.
Do Eve and I roll initiative? Since we're not
Wait,
technically
I
there
thought you guys had joined.
You're here.
No, you were there.
Are we? Oh, I thought. And
Yeah, no, because we were talking and I was waiting for you to get there, and then once you got there, then I jumped out to cause the distraction so that you guys could come in after.
totally, I was listening through the whole thing. I was just testing you guys.
The test. You passed the test.
Thank goodness we passed.
I rolled silver. though.
Someone's been paid. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm like, come on.
Alright, we're going to go to the fighting. I'm going to be looking up a little something. We're going to the player core book. Professor Tone here. We're going to look up what the frightened condition does. So as we're learning this game... frightened condition. Fear impedes everything you attempt. We're going to page 444, folks.
Frightened. You're gripped by fear and struggle to control your nerves. The frightened condition always includes a value. You take a status penalty equal to this value to all your checks and DCs, unless specified otherwise. At the end of each of your turns, the value of your frightened condition decreases by 1.
There we go.
So
he has a -2 to all his checks right now. Yeah, penalty to value of the checks. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. So he's not running away. Let's be clear.
Well, he is. He is because he also has the fleeing for 1 round.
Oh.
So that was because of the critical success of my thing.
Oh, so he has the fleeing condition too. Okay, let me add that. Okay,
For
that's
1
good.
round.
Thank you so much for clarifying.
Or, as it is, supposed to be called, the little bitch condition.
You're forced to run away due to the fear or some other compulsion on your turn. You must spend each of your actions trying to escape the source of the flee condition as expediently as possible.
This is amazing. Fantastic. Okay, so perfect. So he has 2 frightened, 1 fleeing, 1 round of fleeing. Okay, here we go.
I also promote those feelings
we're
of
gonna-
Hazel. My greatest talent.
Let's see, these guys got to roll.
Best ability ever.
Okay, this guy's rolling here. We're gonna get a gentleman by the name of. Well, you guys don't know his name.
Curator Bill. I mean,
Curator Bill.
Totally.
He has a name tag.
Yeah.
I love my name.
hi, I'm Bill. Yeah.
I would have thought it's the supper of devils. I would figure they all had a little cute name tag. They don't know each other's names. I mean,
They all
poor
have
eyeball
place
dude
settings.
can't read, but
It's formal place settings. Everybody has to sit at a special spot. Wait, we should check and see if our names were there.
ooh, there's like little reserved for cards.
Okay, so this guy is going to be using all his actions to flee. He immediately takes to the air and flies up and begins to just panicking, slaps whatever was on his plate. He just starts freaking out. His things are going. Curator Bill is just like, whoa, what's that? What happened? and he flies up and goes up to the top of the giant statue, which is about close to 50 feet high. And he flops up there. That's where he goes. Immediately flee. He's like, oh, what was that? What was that?
Oh, baby.
Maybe a little bit of brown chocolates kind of fell to the ground.
Ooh, delicious.
Beans.
Milk duds.
Cocoa beans.
Sabine will pick
Cocoa
those up
beans.
for later.
That is his turn. Okay. We're going to... Oh, wait. We have to begin the encounter. And now we're moving to Eve. Eve, you rolled a 25. You're next.
Damn, girl.
You hear Oren jump out. You see the reaction. You see a dinner table. You see a huge dinner table. Again, you see a goblet in the center of the room, sort of in amongst the markings. It's clear as day. You don't need to roll a perception roll. If you're looking for additional details, you would use one of your actions for a perception roll. But Eve, what do you do?
So, and there's just the two figures in the room. That's what I would see.
It is, yes, you see two figures in this room.
All right. I think what I would like to do, I'm going to use my movements to just step in front to block the exit.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use a spell called Read the Air. To just try to get a sense of the situation here. And it lasts for 1 minute.
Okay.
So it says you take a deep breath as you survey a social situation. I would call this a social situation. It's a dinner. Showing courtesy to all around you as your intuition swiftly picks up clues about social contexts and unspoken assumptions of behavior. Your body language subconsciously changes to take advantage of this information and use it in your own interactions with these creatures. As part of casting this spell, you recall knowledge using society to gain information about the immediate social situation. You also gain a +1 status bonus on your next diplomacy roll to make an impression on those creatures present when you cast the spell, as long as the check occurs during the duration of the spell.
Dang. All right. You're in a social setting. There is a dinner. I will allow that.
Yeah.
Now,
Gathering information.
yeah, so go ahead as you pause to read the room by taking in, you breathe in.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then it'll be this is society checks.
You roll a society as you're trying to recall knowledge of the society functions, and holy crap!
Yay! Not 20, guys. That was a 30.
Natty 20. That's a 30. That's a true critical. Wow. Okay. Congratulations, Eve. I don't know if it was something in Eve's past. Dinners are very much a part of your history, as there were many dinners and different quirky protocols when you lived at Trick's mansion. So, for some reason, this scene begins to make sense to you as you find yourself probably in a situation that you have sort of been taught. Something about this scenario was in your past. Perhaps a book you read, perhaps in talking with Trick, as Trick was reciting a few of the different rituals. Well, you know exactly what this is. You know the protocol. This is, in fact, the dinner of devils. And this is where certainly one comes to the table to deal with none other than an imp. For the imp can provide knowledge through trade. And in order to achieve this, you sit at the table, share a meal, and ask your questions. And of course, for the answer, you pay a price. Eve?
To be fair, I was just playing a prank.
He really just wanted to get the prize.
Seeing what Oren did, you begin to worry that the breach of the dinner may have been ruined. So
all I did was say some fries. I was trying to fries.
So yeah, you know this. What would you do?
And would I know anything about? Is there some sort of magical ritual in place when the dinner starts, and is interrupting that potentially going to have a magical effect?
With that critical success, yeah, you're aware that in a situation where the dinner protocol has been breached, you know that there is a period of time where you can attempt to get back into the good graces, and that is simply done by you can attempt diplomacy to try and talk the host to come back and to explain. You with that critical success. And what you've learned in the past, you know that these creatures love to make deals. So a breach of protocol is not the end. It is ultimately a double breach that would end the deal and end the dinner and cause a fight. But you're aware that, hey, this is a breach number one. There's an opportunity here to calm the emotions down.
Okay. So, I don't. That's basically my turn. If talking is a free action, I would.
I will allow you with that as a free action. You can certainly share knowledge if you want to pass some information on, but you won't be able to attempt the conversation yourself.
I would just basically try to say to the party. Wait, we can approach this diplomatically. These are magical proceedings happening, arcane proceedings, of course. We don't want to mess with this too far. Be careful in how you proceed.
Perfect. Next is Morwen. Morwen of the Crossroads, hearing Eve speak a few words, probably muttering some gibberish. You probably weren't paying attention because you were taking a look to see what's going on. I'll say if you were open to hearing what Eve said, then absolutely. Otherwise, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I think that Morwen knows that Eve knows a little bit more about magic than she does. So she would probably follow Eve's lead. And she would... I mean, she had pulled out a bomb. I think she would kind of just be like...
Throw it, obviously.
I was just playing a prank. Morwen came in with a fucking bomb.
Now, this thing was already lighted, right?
No, to be fair, it is a pressure bomb, and it implodes upon impact. So she would, kind of just,
All right, I think in this moment, Morwen, you have a choice. You can throw the bomb inside the room, or you can throw it outside at your companions. You choose.
I choose to throw it at the Emperor of Games.
That's not an option.
Well, it's the option I choose, so get ready, Tone.
Right on. Yeah, okay, what would you like to do?
I think that she would listen to Eve, and she would just be like, all right, nobody interrupts, and nobody gets hurt.
Nobody interrupts and nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
All right. And you're going in, and are you attempting an intimidation?
Sure.
Yeah, it sounds very intimidating.
That sounds like an intimidation.
Well, go ahead and roll your intimidation. And you do have a penalty, or not a penalty. You do have it, actually, no, it's a -2 with the frightened condition. So the check is easier. So
I have a -2, or I have a bonus?
You just go ahead and roll. The DC has been lowered.
Oh, Morwen's so cute.
Super intimidating.
She's like,
I
nobody
rolled a 2. Starts crying.
So I just want to let you know that would be considered a critical failure.
She actually intimidates herself.
Yeah.
She just starts crying. She's like, if nobody interrupts, nobody's gonna get hurt. Nobody's gonna get hurt.
You surprise yourself. How scary you can be. You scare
I'm less
yourself.
frightened now.
Yeah. You have one frightened. That's a penalty to that. You scare yourself. Luckily, perhaps your voice cracked that you weren't able to shout it out loud. But you do have the frightened condition one.
Oh, Morwen. Oh, Morwen.
That's adorable.
Okay, but why do I feel like that would be us in real life, though?
I feel like that is on brand for Sweet Morwen.
Oh, Winnie.
Anything else you'd like to do? No, you put away the bomb, right? You put it away nicely, or is it still in your hand?
She's holding it threateningly, but she's also crying.
Yeah.
It kind of just looks like a sweet roll. Looks like she's offering up candy.
Some buns.
I just want to go home.
Apples.
Amazing. What else would you like to do? That was one action. That is ultimately was one action.
Crying is her second action.
She's holding an action to throw the bomb.
So delay. I think we said delay your turn. You won't be able to delay your turn. You raise a good question. So you hold it, you delay it in order to move down, but you have to have 3 actions in order to delay. You've used 1.
I'm
So you
not
can't delay.
delaying my turn. I think that she's using the throw the bomb as a reaction for if anybody interrupts.
Here's a learning moment with Professor Tone. It takes 2 actions, and you can designate an action and a trigger. It takes 2 actions, and it's different from delaying your turn, which is what the other thing is. So there you go, Pathfinder 2e. Love it. But there we go, Morwen. You're holding this, you're crying. You scared yourself.
That's Winnie's t-shirt. Crying is my action.
For my action, I'd like to cry.
Yeah.
Roll for the crybaby point. Oren!
She gets that from her creator.
Wait, did Oren already go?
Well, no, Oren got like a pre-action.
That was jumping in. That would cause the scene, right? So he gets the.
Oren's just gonna laugh and go, I got you good. That was a joke. So sorry. I was just trying to be funny. I'm sorry if I scared you. My bad. I
Accident.
brought snacks for the little dinner here, though. Anybody want
Fries?
I'm just gonna look through his bag real quick. Potato. I brought a potato for fries.
And go
That's what I was
balls.
saying. Some fries.
You go ahead and roll a. You're attempting a diplomacy to try and calm these action, calm the reaction. All you hear right now is just like every time you're speaking, you just hear that thing hiding behind the head of Bane, peeking over.
Oh.
You'll never guess what I roll for. Oh shoot, boy! 33 with a nat 20.
I am so excited for how this
Right
is
now.
going.
𝑓d-foundry.
This is gonna
Wants you guys to
focus
succeed.
over.
Amazing. Amazing.
Why's it gonna focus over? I was talking him down.
No,
Your
I'm saying
voice.
here.
From almost scaring this creature to death to now soothing it. It's
Very
confused
Oren.
between the sensation of fear and now also a bit of pleasure because your voice resonates
It's very
with this
pleasuring.
creature that it begins to kind of look around and down from the high statue. It was just a joke.
Yeah, so I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scare you that bad. I was just joking. I do this a lot with my friends. But you can come down. I realized that we didn't really properly introduce ourselves to this dinner. I was just trying to be funny. I'm Oren.
One. Oh, you got me good. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like a good prank. Oh, that's what I live for. And you got me. Well, thank you for that. That was really nice. And then it begins to kind of flap its wings and climb down as he basically just kind of calms to the situation and hovers down. Now, you're not casting this from where you are. You moved out to the front, correct? I want you just to move your token to where you were, just so that for a sense of context.
Yeah, it would probably be like right here. Whoa. I don't know.
As you jump out in between and there, perfect. You're standing in these flowers as you jumped out. You saw that there was these beautiful bouquet of flowers laid out as you.
But I guess I wouldn't have stepped
there.
on the flowers. I probably would have walked around them. I didn't realize those were on the ground.
Well, that's okay. You stepped on the flowers. That is fine because jumping out to scare, I don't think you would have paid attention.
Yeah, you're probably right.
It flutters down, and you can see that this creature is about 4.5 feet tall. Just sort of starts to walk towards you. And just kind of puts his hand out. I want to shake the hand of the one who gave me the scare of my life. And though that was a good one, I'm going to use that one for next time when I have a visitor and I really want to. He puts out his long fingers, black fingernails, and you clasp it, and he shakes your hand, and he's just looking at you. Please have a sit at the table. Please. Enjoy the treats and the meats and the sweets.
Yeah, I'm Oren. Can my friends come in? Hey, friends, come on in. Morin, can you put the thing away? We don't need to blow anybody up. You can probably put your little,
Okay,
put it away.
if anyone interrupts again.
Hey, someone interrupted? I'm sorry. All I saw was tears and something bluthering, and I have there's a Kleenex. Here's a serviette to clean your nose. And throws it towards you.
Weren't you crying? I thought you were crying up on top of the man's head.
No. But just for information, don't walk behind the statue. It's not a pretty sight.
Why? What is there?
Well, I don't wear pants, and I got scared really good.
Oh.
But please come sit down at the table. There's plenty of room, and you can see it again, kind of standing its long arm out and its elongated fingers. Sit.
All right.
Good.
Sabine will go and sit right next to it and just stare at him.
The seat right next to it is available. I'm just going to move you there just for
Thank
context. Perfect. Oren and Rupert Chomsky. Chomsky is jumping out as well and following you. But where do you sit?
Oh,
Is Chomps growling at all?
probably, I guess, right.
With all the performance and how scary Oren was, Rupert Chomsky is just like, oh.
Great, everybody's sitting on the other side of the table from me. I'm so happy.
There.
Thank you.
And as you sit down, Eve, you walk up. Very interesting as you begin to walk up and pull the chair next to who we know now as Curator Bill. In his mutterings while all this is happening, he's like, I see all. I don't need eyes to see the lies. I can now. And as you pull the chair, oh, who's there? Who? And it kind of looks, oh, hello.
Hello, I'm Eve. Pleasure to meet you. Sir.
Oh, Eve. A pleasure. And the imp at the end of the table as you're talking, and the creature kind of looks, and then all of a sudden looks at you and says, "Oh, I didn't see you there. Welcome. Yes, please sit down."
Thank you, for your hospitality.
Yes.
Is he like? Did he seem just surprised by you being there, or does he seem like he recognizes me?
I want you to roll a little bit of. Let's see here.
Oh, it's not insight. It's the other one. The Pathfinder.
Yeah. It falls within a perception roll. You can roll a perception or
discern or something.
Yeah. I'll let you. Yeah, you'll roll a perception. Yeah, for this one, they don't. Pathfinder doesn't have an insight check.
Okay.
Yeah, but perception is very versatile. Many uses.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a
One of them is to allow you to perceive how someone is speaking or how they may have taken something.
Mm-hmm.
And this is probably the first time you've come across a creature like this. And its facial recognitions, you're not necessarily able to pick up. For all you can hear isn't just in terms of the way that it spoke, but in terms of its body language to try and, kind of understand, weren't able to pick up on anything like that. So yeah, you just kind of heard a little bit of hesitation in his voice when he looked at you. Yeah. So, as everyone is here, is there anyone else hiding? Is there anyone else? What's that?
There might be. There are quite a lot of spirits around. But I have a question for you, Mr. No Eyes. I have a question. How do you see with no eyes? And better yet, how are you alive? For I was told your eyes must stay in the head, or you wind up dead. But you are not dead. How is that possible?
So then now,
That just asks people why they're not dead.
So Curator Bill, as you have this conversation, you're looking at directly at him, and he kind of looks and says,
She's kind of like,
"Who said that?"
You know how Sabine gets real up close and personal with people? She's kind of over the table, like staring at his face. Yeah. Like she's just like
Falling on the table.
100%.
Moves the plate away to like as you move across. Curator Bill is sort of just like, who said that? Oh, am I alive? I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive because I breathe. Because my heart beats. You die if you don't have eyes. But the opposite. I traded my eyes so that I can see, and I can see all the lies. I can see them all. I see every single one of the lies of this place. And the imp now sort of says, "Oh, please, sit back. The dinner has just begun, and please."
I apologize.
You're ruining the surprise.
Oh, a surprise.
Yes, for welcome to the dinner of the devils. And I am your host, 𝙬𝙤𝙤𝙤. And I am very happy to meet your acquaintances. Now, I must ask, what brings you to this wonderful place, into my presence? Because how fortunate that you came at this time. If you have an opportunity to make what I like to call a trade, you might be seeking some answers. As you were saying, you had a question, and certainly you can ask questions. And I only accept a payment that I deem worthy of such an answer. And I, 𝙬𝙤𝙤, know many things of the going-ons here upon the lands of Anatis.
What about of not the lands? What about beyond the lands?
Oh, beyond the lands.
Do you know those secrets?
Well, for a kiss on my cheek, I will answer your question.
I would do that for free. You are so cute.
Do anything for free.
And he kind of puts his cheek out to you. Oh, yes, of course. Of course I know of things beyond this land. Of course, when I speak of Anatis is of different planes. We are upon the mortal plane where all the humans and the elves and the other creatures live. I am from the outer plane of underworld. As you see, of late, a seal has been broken, allowing us to freely escape. I may have said, okay, that one was for free. And then, as well, I know of above, of the gods that have fallen. Okay, that's it. No more until you eat. Let us eat first. Let's get our bellies full, and then we can continue the conversation.
Are you happier now that you are free?
Oh, yes, very happy. Isn't that right, everyone? And you hear around the room.
Oh, is there more of you?
Yes.
Like looking around.
Yeah, go ahead. If you're looking around, roll a perception roll, and just to see if you can see where the noise is coming from.
Can I also use my scent of smell?
Sure. Yeah, you can roll your sense of smell.
25.
Holy smokes, Eve with a perception check of 25.
Nice, girl. 21 for Sabine.
And 21 for Sabine. 17 for Morwin. Excellent. Excellent. So, the way that, as you begin to take a look at around the room, you can get a sense that there are others in the room. Eve, you sense it the most strong out of of the three. Oren, you're kind of lost in the smells of the dinner and the sights. You know what? Maybe you're encaptured by the curator's eyes. It's really cool.
Black
As he
Eyes.
looks in his empty holes in your direction. Eve, yeah, you guys get the sense that there
I'm
are
always enraptured by empty holes.
He's always,
No, I knew it.
yeah, I knew it was coming. Okay.
Cut his mic. Cut his mic.
Just my.
I just want to put my fingers in his holes. Eye socket.
Cut her mic.
Your eyes go
Cut her
closed.
mic.
You, yeah, Eve and Sabine. Sabine, you get the smell. Your smell can move past the dinner, and you begin to smell kind of like how the imp in front of you, 𝙬𝙤𝙤, smells. This little hint of brimstone, and you get a waft of the same kind of smell around. But yet you can't necessarily see where the smell is coming from. But you do get the sense, as you look and smell, that there's almost like a shimmer, as if you're looking through something of like a glass, like a clear glass, where it just kind of shifts what's behind in your view. And you get the sense of that around you. Eve, you have the most sense of this. And you can identify 4 personages of the same cackling around the room. You think there's one, and Sabine, you catch on this. There is one near the statue behind you. Eve, you notice that one. You also get the sense that there's one behind you near the statues. And then you also get the sense there could be maybe more than one atop of the statue of Bane. Not as high as where 𝙬𝙤𝙤 escaped you through the head, but more near the top of the sword.
She's kind of like glancing around and just say to 𝙬𝙤𝙤, you have friends here. Why don't you invite them to the table?
My friends have already eaten. And since you are new to the dinner of levels, you must understand safety precautions. But I assure you, you are safe. Yeah, you
I was also worried about their safety.
And he just kind of like laughs at that. Yes. But please eat. And you can see that on the table there's a whole bunch of sweets. Oh, like sweet breads, cupcakes. You see a goose, a cooked goose sitting at the center. You see bread rolls, butter. You see pancakes with syrup. You see fruits of strawberries, blueberries, and cantaloupes. And yeah, so it just all of a sudden, as if you're just noticing it for the first time of how full this table is. And it looks delicious.
Nope, Eve's not eating.
Neither would Sabine.
Is No Eyes eating?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can see that even before you sat down, he was already eating.
Is
So good. He has this big, like, goose leg. Do you want something? He kind of starts moving it, not knowing where your face is. So he almost kind of hits you with the drumstick as he's trying. Do you want some? So good.
Very kind of you. No, thank you. Please.
Oh,
Is the cutie eating anything?
what was that?
Is the cutie eating anything?
Oh, the cutie. Yes. Well, the cutie is more kind of just watching, taking delight in you know. Oh, please, I've worked so hard on this meal that it would be a shame to let it go to waste.
Why aren't you eating?
No, I don't eat this. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just I more consume that of the raw flesh.
There are quite many animals in the forest that do as well.
Oh, the forest.
I
Oh,
might...
are the Rim Woods. Is that where you're from?
Quite, yes. I mean, that is not what I call them, but...
And the Squirrelions.
You've heard of them?
Of course.
Sabine just gets this, like, dreamy love, infatuation look upon her face as she looks at him.
Eve is so uncomfortable. She's just like, I do think she would probably, because she does understand like the etiquette of these kinds of things, in particular with her role at the beginning, she would probably take food on her plate and try to make it look like she was eating.
Okay, absolutely. For this one, yeah, you can certainly roll a stealth if you want to try to pretend and drop it, like, you know, where would you drop it, in your sleeve or just in your napkin, or just sleight of hand where you think you're picking up something and eating it. However way you choose to do it.
Just moving it around her plate.
Yeah, just kind of move it around.
Just picking it apart, really.
Yeah, no, you can move it, you put it on your plate, you move things around, and you talk and...
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your stealth. And you can see that the...
Could she get any pluses for Sabine gazing lovingly in his eyes?
No pluses.
Damn it.
As
right,
Zealot
there's more around.
is at the head of the table. And he makes sure, at some points you kind of see that his eye is on you, and then his eye sort of just begins to kind of look around, and it's kind of like, and then
So
comes
cool.
back.
Oren would pick up an apple and start just like cutting pieces off with his knife and eating it.
Yeah. You eat it, and it is so sweet and crisp that it for you, Oren, it may have been just, it's almost as if you're biting into an apple for the first time. That's
Delicious.
how good it brings. Everything else you ate was not an apple. This is an apple. Eve, with an 18, and yeah, the creature is kind of looking around, and maybe perhaps the eye catches Oren as he's eating the apple, and he kind of bows, and it seems that he's not necessarily paying attention to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, who eats at the table? Just kind of curious. Okay.
Sabine would just say, "What would you suggest? What is your favorite? What should I try?"
What is your favorite? Is there anything here that's not to your liking? I could prepare something else.
I don't quite know. Some of these foods are familiar to me and some are not.
He just sort of just has this giggle ever so often. you like the roasted meats? Do you like to eat the squirrelions or the chipmunks?
I'm also, like to hunt the chipmunks if they are intruding on the squirrelion's territory, but I do not eat them.
Oh, shame.
Do they taste well?
I've had some in the past, but that was before I bargained with them.
Interesting.
He just giggles.
Have you bargained with a lot of creatures?
Bargaining for as long as I can remember. It is good to be back in the fresh air. It's so damp and dark down in the depths below. There's only so many people you can bargain with. It gets boring. But up here, I can stretch my wings. I can reach out. Is there enjoying the meal? Is there anything? Would you beverage? Drinks? And he sort of snaps his finger. and you see all of a sudden these wine flasks sort of appear. Boop, 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 boop. Wine? Of the greatest pomegranate fruits.
Very kind of you. I appreciate it. I will take a glass, of course. And please, you must tell us about some of the stories of your greatest bargains. I'm sure we're all eager to hear it.
No. I don't want to bore you with... Well, if you insist.
You could never bore us.
The greatest of the bargains. Ah, yes. There was one young fellow who loved a woman, you see, of higher class, that almost of royalty. And he wished to woo her, to take her home. Oh, but alas, he could not have her. So he bargained for a clone. Eventually, the clone went into his home. And unfortunately, there was a misunderstanding. The bargain didn't end too well. For you see, the real royalty noblesse died mysteriously and quite hopeless. But the gods came and saw that she was there alive, and sadly he was taken to jail, where he did not thrive. Instead, he died.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah.
For him, I'm sure, not for you.
Oh, unfortunate, yes. He got a few kids. They lived on. It's good. That is life.
And what did you get out of this bargain? What
did I
was
get?
your price? Yes.
Well, for the bargain, it was just a simple price. Nothing too crazy. And he just ends that way.
You must tell us.
Oh, I must. Go ahead and roll diplomacy as a way of persuasion, if you'd like.
It's a 10.
So he says, he looks at you and says, the price was just a simple, something that he just did not need it anymore. In fact, wasn't doing him any good. And so I helped him. And that's what I do. Things you don't need, I take. And I give you something that you do. But this is the bargain that I offer you.
Did you take his
Now that
tail? Did you have his tail? Did you take his tail, perhaps?
Yes, of some sort, I did.
Interesting.
But I must tell you. I must tell you all now. For I am only here for a short while.
Oh, that is sad.
You may ask me some questions if you wish. And I will provide you answers if you give me what I deem worthy to dish. Yes, tell me, please. Ask me a question. Let's make a deal.
What is
That's a question.
What is the most interesting thing that you've gotten out of a bargain? Have you gotten perhaps food or treats? Have you gotten perhaps fingernails, or perhaps even claws of a creature? Maybe
He sort of looks at you. Why, Sabine? Is this really the question that you want to ask? It'd be such a waste.
I have many questions I want to ask.
Tell me then.
What
do you want to know the most?
What do you think I should know?
Perhaps you should tell her your price before you continue.
No. And he looks at you, and he kind of looks a little bit angry as he stares. I can't sense you. It's frustrating. But that's not how it works. You ask the question. I tell you the price. That is the deal. That is how this works.
So we are to agree to the bargain before we've heard the price.
That's right. You ask the question. I tell you the price. You choose if you want to pay the price. You see here, our dear friend, Curator Bill. He had a question. He wished to see the lies. He wanted to know the truth behind the paintings. The price was his eyes. Now he can see all the lies. And you can see what he did to all the pretty art. As the imp sort of kind of mocks, kind of crying.
Sabine loves that. She just giggles along with him.
Sabine, I can sense from you. I can sense some daddy issues.
I have a dad.
I offer you this. If you'd like to know where the king of the gods is, all you have to do is give me one of those amazing fingers of yours.
My fingers?
With the claw. So nice. I can add it to my collection. No, I can tell you where the king of the gods is. I'll give you this for free. He is here. He just sort of just looks. He is here.
You're silly, and I quite like you. And she's gonna boop him on the nose.
You boop him, he's just like...
I might have to think about that one. Am I allowed to enter a counter bargain where I perhaps could offer you something that you would like?
Well, it's a little bit out of protocol, but I'll allow it. And maybe perhaps what you bargain may not give you the full answer, but I will give you enough of an answer. Go ahead. What is your counter?
What if we can strike a deal where I could be at your beck and call? Perhaps maybe I could serve you in some way. Perhaps maybe I could be your I don't know the word. What is the word where you are someone's friend in one part, but they are in another? It's a liaison?
Sabine, you should really, really be careful making that sort of deal. You don't.
Please. This is her deal to me. That sounds very enticing.
Eve kind of just gives, like, Sabine a, like, pleading look. Do not do this, please.
Sabine will give you a wink. I can't wink very well, but she winks good. I'm just like...
Zilith, it looks like you don't even have to roll.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, all of you can now kind of see like his kind of mouth sort of tweak just a little bit, almost as if it like he has a tell, like he likes what he's hearing. Yes, if you wish to enter into a deal like that, that means that I would be able to call upon you to deal with people who may have made a bargain and are meant to pays a price that they are late in paying, you could go and get it for me, or deal with the consequences. Would you accept?
I quite like that idea. Though I would be...
And you're not scared to get your hands dirty.
She'll like hold them up and they're covered in like mud and like dried blood and like her nails are a little bit coated and she's just like, you already are silly. But I would be your enforcer then.
Yes. Yes.
I do like that plan, but I would like to add in that I would be allowed to say no. Perhaps a couple times, not all the time. But I would like to be able to have choice, especially because what if I am taking a bath and you call upon me in a bath and you want me to go and run off and enforce, but I'm in a bath? I wouldn't want to.
I hear what you're saying, and it just sounds. I don't want you to disturb a bath. I do enjoy a good bath.
You seem like you would.
But what I will offer you is this. If I have a job for you to do, I will give you enough lead time that it won't happen immediately. But as long as it's done with a certain time period of days, not a week, to the max, then perhaps then, for the knowledge of where the King of the Gods is, you must offer 3 times the service. Do you accept?
Oh, I just need to be your first at 3 times. Oh, I like that. I was going to offer up a few years of servitude, but I like that deal better. That is way better.
I can change the deal to be an enforcer for so long. But
I mean, I feel like
that is not the way that this works.
It could be a trial period. If I like, if you like me being in your employ and you don't get tired of me and you don't want me to leave your service.
Yeah, fair. You can always make another deal. We could extend the contract. But please, you must understand that things, quid pro quos with this sort of thing. But I see you're a person that just likes to jump into things. So let's make a deal. And he holds out his hand with the claws extended to you.
I would like a contract that that my lawyer, Oren, could read for me. And I will sign it with a drop of my blood. And you as well would sign with your blood. A blood contract of sorts.
Oh, you're so silly. Paper is so barbaric. The whole trees and the paper and the writing with the ink. So sad, especially with the blood. It stains over time, has a bit of a smell. No. I will write the contract and tell you what it is as we shake.
Curious.
My
lawyer here.
Yeah.
What happens if she doesn't fulfill your request within the week time period?
Great question, and that is exactly what I was just about to explain. As really, quite frankly, this is all that you need to know. The only thing is that while you are trying to accomplish this task, should you fail and lose your life, your soul will be speedily run down very depths of Tartarus. That is all.
I would not.
That is all.
Counter argument.
I would not be tethered to you.
I would say that maybe the original offer of one finger would be the backup. So if she didn't fulfill the contract within the time period, then she would default to the original offer of one finger.
I don't like that plan, Oren.
Well,
and she'll
I think
slam her
that's
hand on the table.
Better than your soul going down to Tartarus, because that seems completely unfair.
But he could have kept my soul, and I could have been his friend for all eternity, and I could whisper in his ear to help make his deals better.
Yes, but Tartarus is not a place that you want to be for eternity, I promise.
Oh, no, it is rather...
Oh, you speak of eternity. Things have changed down in Tartarus. It's not as simple as just staying there forever. You'll just certainly vacation there, where people can wish you back. That is not a problem. Resurrection spells will not work, but someone with the power of a wish can wish you back, no problem. And
Are
also,
you
there's
trapped?
a way out of Tartarus, as you can tell, that many of the people living within have been escaping of late. So if you find a way out on your own, that is completely possible as well.
Like I said, I think the backup should be the original agreement of one finger instead of a soul and Tartarus. I just don't think that those are equal agreements there.
My soul is quite... I am quite fun, and it would be quite devastating if I were to end up in Tartarus for all eternity.
But you
It's
must
rather
understand
sad.
that the chances of you dying in such simple enforcements.
It's far too high of a collateral to...
Oh, silly.
her soul is
I
way
would
too
not
clever.
die.
It doesn't make a lot of sense, really.
That is it. If you die in your regular adventuring or whatever it is that you do, that is not you're not in my service then. Your soul will not be taken down immediately to Tartarus. No. But once I offer you the job, and when you're on the job, if you die trying to complete the job, that is when you have struck and ruined the bargain, and your soul will be taken speedily down. The chances of you failing is just 3 times.
But you would never give me a contract of me to go enforce. That would have me be killed, though, right?
I'm going to give you a contract that you can't even read. You'll have a reminder on your wrist. You'll have my brand on you. And until you complete all 3, it will then be...
You are going to mark me?
Yes.
I don't...
Magically, of course.
I don't know if I like that.
But Belladonna. And you can see now his mouth extend and his teeth begin to show in his eyes. But Belladonna, don't you want to know where your daddy is? Think of it. The daughter reunion.
Do not call me that name. And her eyes will flash, and her fangs will come out, and then disappear again.
I apologize. I apologize. I got caught up.
It's alright, silly.
Think about it.
I will
I can
think
ask
about
another
it.
question. You think about it. Let me go to the rest of the group. Maybe perhaps they aren't asking something so costly. And Xelif will look at the rest of the group. Roll a perception, Eve, as you're probably really kind of focused in on this conversation.
Yeah. 18?
18 is enough. This is what you're noticing from Xelif.
Mhm.
His eyes dart to each and every one at the table. But you're noticing his eyes not necessarily kind of focusing on you. They just kind of move past you and start focusing on Morrowind, and then Oren, and then Sabine. And his eyes just sort of pass by you without making contact with you.
I think She'd say to him, "So what sort of information could you offer me?"
And let's say, you. Sense anything from you.
You don't sense anything from me.
Ask me a question. What would you like to know?
What's the price?
Ask me the question. I will tell you the price. This is how it works, toots.
What can't you sense from me, and she can sense from the others?
You can see now he's just kind of at the question. He sort of grimaces. Sense from what? Sense from... Tell me. Who are you? And I will tell you. Can't sense from you. No giggle this time.
Very well. I am Eve.
Last name?
I
Where are you from?
don't have one. Just the name I was given when I awoke on this plane.
And looks at you like, Bane, you woke up, but no memories.
Yes, that's correct. I woke up with no memories.
Very frustrating. I cannot read. I cannot get the sense. I cannot
Well,
see.
If you answer my question, then you can ask another one and we can trade.
And looks at you now, intrigued. Very well, I cannot see into your past. I cannot see your true self. For some reason, you are blocked to me. I have not come across someone like this before. It's frustrating.
I roll.
Smell you.
Can I roll anything? Or I guess, would she have any idea, is how I'll phrase the question. Would you have any idea why this is happening?
Roll an Arcana. Go ahead and roll an Arcana. This one is kind of a difficult one. The DC will be 22.
Okay, alright. Let's see. Nope. Nope.
Yeah. So you're asking, this is what you get from this. You're asking the right question, but you're asking yourself this question and you don't know the answer. But you know that that's a very good question to ask. That is what you get with your critical.
Okay. Great. That's frustrating. So then we'll say, I answered your question. That was your price. Now tell me what it is you can't sense from me. Was that it? My past?
Yes. Ask. Okay. Are you like the others? By others, I mean, are you fallen from Olympia as well?
And if I tell you, will you tell me? If you know of someone I'm looking for.
Is it someone mortal?
Yes.
Immortal? Who?
Mortal.
Otto.
He calls himself Trick.
He
You
just
want to
looks
know?
at you.
You want to know where he is?
Yes. Well, if he is
Happy.
where
I'll pay
he
you
is,
the price. I'll tell you exactly. Tell you where he sleeps. I'll tell you how many times he poops in a day. Tell me, are you foreign from Olympia?
yes.
Rick. You'll find him in Ukamar. You'll find him in the tavern. The Golden Goose. That is where he is.
I believe you still have to tell her how many times he poops. You promised.
It's not
5
necessary.
times a day.
That's not
5
necessary.
times. Sometimes 6.
Sounds right.
Follow-up question. And I will answer another question of yours if you tell me how he survived.
Survive. I would like to examine your body. I want to know why I can't sense you. You allow me that. I'll answer your question.
You can see she is thinking.
But you don't disturb a lady when she is in private. You want to look upon her body? I thought that that was improper. When Eve said that it was improper to show one's body.
Sure, this is a matter of science, not anything sexual fantasy fulfilled. I must know why I cannot sense it. If you know, if anyone knows around this table, then I will answer 2 questions for free.
She's Eve.
No.
Then allow this. You tell me how he survived. And if you tell me how he survived and whether anything else survived the fire.
So I tell you, I answer your question, how he survived the fire. And you will allow me to investigate you, to find out why you are different, why I can't sense you.
Yes, you must answer the two questions. Why he's still alive, and whether anything else survived the fire.
Sabine's gonna elbow Oren and just be like, and make sure she doesn't get cut open.
You have...
What is your, Can I just butt in? Hi, Lori here again.
Who's that? Oh, you.
When you say investigate, what does that entail? I just want to ensure that my client doesn't suffer any type of long-term injuries or maladies because of this.
And does it also
I'm as gentle as a clam.
I don't know what that means.
Of course, I'll be examining the externalities of the body, and of course, if there's nothing else on the outside, then I will investigate the inside. I must know why. Cannot sense her.
But you would
Like I
kill
said.
her.
If no, I won't kill her. No, I have my ways. I have my ways.
Yeah, as part of the contract, we would need to ensure that there will be no injuries or long-term
Harm? She's been
taken to
through
her.
a lot. She should not be harmed anymore. She almost died in a fire.
And Eve just like leans over the table, puts her hand over Sabine's mouth. Information is expensive. We do not give it out for free. Thank you, Sabine.
Fine. If you accept, I cannot promise you that it hurts. But I assure you, if there's any damage, I'll ensure that you are healed. But I must examine you thoroughly.
Can ensure that I will not. You can ensure that I will not sustain lasting harm, and you will answer my questions. Then we have a deal.
I must be present.
Fine.
Where she goes, I go. Where any of them go, I go. I am their enforcer as well.
No enforcer yet. Are you looking to accept it, you? Or what?
I'm quite the enforcer now, but I protect her. I am her protector.
I understand. Friendships. What is she to you?
She's Eve.
And do you know her true name?
And you just shoot
What is
her.
true?
No more questions. We've made a deal.
Fine. He holds it in his hand.
And she takes it.
And immediately you feel on your wrist, a burn. Very similar. Now you're getting flashbacks in terms of when you had that hourglass burn on your skin as Verinia. You begin to feel the same sort of burn as you take a look down and you see what looks to be devil horns with a rolled up scroll just at the center, almost separating them, like the scroll itself is sprouting devil horns. That's the brand on your wrist.
She, as soon as it's done, just like takes her hand away. So you tell me what I want to know, and then you can examine all you like.
Now, I think we can hold on to that because that'll take some time. Let's save it for dessert. I go And look now. To the one they call Morwen. Morwen, do you have a question that you want to answer to?
Does any of this feel familiar to Morwen?
You roll a society roll instead of an arcana, or an occultism. Whichever of those two. You are you have a feeling that there is some sort of familiarity with this process. And you only wish you probably had some more memories unlocked from Oregon to allow you to even attempt to try and usher those in. But yeah, you're at a loss as to what this is.
Well, I have a lot of questions, but I don't know. I don't think you can answer any of them.
I'm a sweetheart. Throw one out there. Or perhaps I can tempt you with one.
I don't know. I don't think you really know anything that I need to know. So...
You see him roll a perception roll. Morwen, as you're kind of like... And if anyone else at the table is looking, you can certainly...
Natural 20 or a 20.
Holy fetchers!
Yeah.
Okay.
Baby!
Wowzers. Perception roll. The perception roll. What the heck is happening right now? Who rolled that? Sabine with a natty 20. 29! Another critical success.
Oh my gosh!
It is happening! Wow.
The gods are with us, baby!
Heck yeah. Uh, 13, I don't know, yeah, 12. 12 for Oren. Wah, wah.
Really fun.
It was,
It's really hoping.
it was right there.
So, very close. Very close. Okay, yeah. Oren, you're lost in this, and I don't know, maybe perhaps you're concerned for Eve, whatever distracted you. You don't pick up any of this. Morwen and Sabine. Morwen, you get the sense that when he speaks to you, you can see what he's doing is he begins to smell. And you can see that his eyes widen and almost his pupils begin to, like he's getting something from just breathing in the air around you. But you also see, as he breathes in and has a bit of a giggle, you can see that there's a fear behind his eyes as he is speaking with you. Sabine picks up on this fear that is very subtle. And you can get the sense that 𝘼𝙣𝙣 is walking on eggshells, if that is a way of kind of sensing the energy from him. You're seeing this
did it shift?
As you
Has
figured
it
out
been
his
there the
as-
whole
as the
time?
Yeah. I want to know.
Or
is
did it
different
shift to her?
Is it different with me
Yeah.
than it has been with Sabine and with Eve?
Yeah, the fear, like for example, like what Sabine, as when he mentioned belladonna and things like that, like when he was kind of
and she had her
like
flare
that.
up.
Yeah, when he had her flare up, you kind of think there was a little bit of it, but he knew exactly what buttons he was pushing. You get the sense now. You kind of are reading him, and you can now tell his tells, and you can tell that there wasn't the same type of fear. But now that as he absorbed whatever was coming from Morrowind, you can tell now that there is a fear and hesitation in the shift in the energy as he's dealing now with Morrowind. This is different from what you've sensed from him before. This is the first time that perhaps he's exposed to vulnerability. Other than being scared, crapped his pants when Oren freaked the heck out of him.
Sabine
That
then
was
will
also
just,
true fear.
Sabine then will just kind of like sit casually, just kind of look at Morwen and just like give her like a subtle nod.
You know, I really don't think that you know what I need to know. So why would I make a deal with you, you know?
Well, simply because, there could be many things that you're looking for. Isn't there anything that you want? Is there anything that you need?
I mean, everybody has wants and needs, but that doesn't mean that I want or need anything from you.
But, what of, you can tell like he's hesitating in terms of what he wants to say. You're getting the sense from your perception that he's being very careful with how he words his question.
Just blinks innocently at him. Is there something that you want from me, though? It feels like you want something from me, which is weird.
Very perceptive. Perhaps I can be of assistance for you. Perhaps I could help you find our other selves.
If I wanted that, what would you want from me?
What would you be willing to trade?
You know, I don't think that there's anything that I want to trade for that. I don't know if I want to find my other selves.
Oh, maybe perhaps share a little bit of what's on your plate.
I'm sorry, I thought you knew everything.
You.
I thought you knew what I wanted and what I needed. I thought that's what you knew about all of us. That's why we're here, right?
Yes. Yes. I'm sorry.
So it seems odd to me that you offered me something that honestly I really don't want.
That is a great point, Owen.
Okay,
And I don't really think that Sabine wanted to find her dad.
That is true. I did not ask for that.
are
I
you sure?
just
You
wanted.
wanted her to sell her soul for that.
well, it's just a part of the deal. You know this better than I.
I mean, that seems like a silly deal. She bargains away her soul for something she doesn't even want?
Well, I could simply, okay, all right, how about this? Yes, it'd be very interesting to know where Juice is, wouldn't it? You could,
I mean,
him being around here.
I don't know about that. From what I've heard, any sort of interaction that mortals have had with Jews, especially mortal women, have been pretty fatal to the mortal women. So, I don't think that any of us would really want to find him.
Good point, Owen.
At this point, Oren's gonna start narrating this conversation and be like, wow, solid point from Morwen. Let's see what the devil has to say to that one. What do you think of that argument, Sabine?
Eva's just like giving like a lot of encouraging nods and kind of like.
Let's see what the devil has to say to that.
Go ahead and roll a performance. You roll higher than a 15, yeah, you'll be able to assist in actually persuading and actually reducing his...
It's almost impossible for me to roll lower than a 15.
Literally 15.
Yeah, that's good. You just made it. Eve, you're assisting as well. Go ahead and roll. What would you like to roll? You can roll a diplomacy if you're trying to add in those things, or you can roll a society roll to see what is the proper etiquette in terms of properly persuading, assisting.
Demoralize? She would like to demoralize him with her eyes.
So
I feel like Morwen's demoralizing him with her words.
Oh, hell yeah, she's stripping him.
we'll have a +2 from Oren and a +2 from Eve.
Ooh, can I do one too? Can she get a +2 from me?
What am I rolling?
Well, you're maxed at the plus with a +4. You are going to roll either A. In fact, given your position, you can either roll a diplomacy to see if you think that you're going to use diplomacy here. You could roll on a performance if you feel like you're really going to kind of step into a role. You can roll intimidation if you're looking to intimidate. Right now, the cards are in your hand because you know that there's something vulnerable about him around you that has shifted this conversation. And that's with a +4?
Yeah.
Wait.
Hero point!
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use my hero point.
All right. Use your hero point. That's your hero point of the day. Let's see how it pays off.
Okay. Ooh, better. 24.
Yeah. With a 24.
Yeah.
Share with me what you are saying with the people helping, but what is it that you are communicating right now to him?
She's communicating that, she doesn't really want to make a deal with him. He's supposed to know everything about what she needs, and he hasn't even offered her anything that she wants. So why would she make a deal with him? And quite honestly, he should fix his deal with Sabine because that was crap.
He kind of looks at it and says, well,
All while wide-eyed, innocently blinking at him.
Wow, seems like Morwen really has the devil on the ropes. I wonder how the devil will respond next.
This is not helping. Well, okay, fair enough. I may not exactly want to, how about this? How about this? You say that you don't need anything from me, but I would absolutely have things to benefit you. Yeah. For example, why wouldn't you want to know where Juice is? He's immortal after all. Right? Like, come on. That's pretty good. What about, I can tell you about the people who are hunting you. Yeah, what? You want to know that, don't you? The people with asking the questions and have been researching this sort of stuff. Want to know that? Wait. Wouldn't you want to know about where Mara is? Yes. But don't you want to know where to find her? Yeah. Because she's here in Remorum, and that's, I think that's a place that I get the sense that you want to go to. I can tell you where she is. Where to find her. I can tell you about Arcus. I can tell you about Arcus. I can tell you about him. I can tell you, I don't know where he is, but I can tell you the person who knows where he is. I can tell you that.
Well, that's not very useful to me if you don't know where he is, because that's really the only thing that I want to know.
I can tell you who
can't help me then.
No, I can. I really can. I can help you.
Doesn't feel that way.
No. Okay. Because telling you where to find the person who knows where to go, that is helpful. That's like knowing without knowing.
That is several steps.
The difficulty is that I can't sense him. He's in a contraption, you see. He's hiding in a place that you cannot be sought after. Through magics, through sight. He cannot be sensed. The only person who knows where he is the one person that fell within the volcano, and he goes by the name of Vesuvius. He knows because, damn it, he built it.
That was very helpful. Thank you. That was actually very helpful of you. Good job.
What?
You were able to after all.
Oh, we're so proud of you. You know things.
It seems like you actually do know at least one thing.
Well, yes, I'm glad that I was able to help you, see? And all that needs to be exchanged is to share what's on your plate with me, as a trade. That would be appropriate.
I mean, to be quite honest, you gave the information freely. You did not offer it up as a deal, so...
No, you have to accept. You have to accept a deal. Okay, I got one. How about I provide you assistance? You accept. Take identify. You take him with you. Help. He's a compass, after all. You accept my help in that you take him. He can lead you to where you need to go. He can find your other two selves. He can find Vesuvius. He can help you. He's a compass. You see? Won't you accept my help? That would be, then we make a bargain. That's it. You accept my help for answering your question. You see? What a perfect price.
Can we not just buy a compass?
So...
No, not this kind of compass.
I accept to take identify with me, that fulfills my bargain?
Yes, I don't make up the rules. You made the rules.
Me?
When I get angry, I have learned to take deep, calming breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth, and then you could start over.
Yeah.
Good
I
job.
don't think I made up any rules.
Looks like Sabine has now joined the slaughterer. Devil is on the
lean
ropes
over.
and still not being able to land any hits.
I'm just curious why taking identify with me does you a favor.
Because it's a trade. I have to trade. In order to give you something, I must take something of equal worth that I think.
But what's wrong with identify then?
What's wrong with identify is very helpful. I'm giving you something that you will accept because you want my help. You'll accept it. You'll say yes. And then the trade is done.
If you say that, then you give me an answer?
I gave you the answer. I gave you the answer. I gave you the name Vesuvius. Yes.
No,
yes.
you gave that to me of your own free will. I didn't ask for it.
No, the dinner has ended. We are eating. The dinner has been done. This is it. This is the rules. You must please take him. Take his help. Take my help. And then the trade is done. Then it's done. It's complete. Nothing. You don't need to worry about your soul. You don't need to worry about Sabine's soul. In fact, I'll throw in the location of juice for free. I'll throw that in. Just take her. Take her.
I don't want to know where Juice is.
Huh?
I don't want to know where Juice is.
No, okay, well,
I mean, he said he would throw it in for free. Why not help him, Oren?
You know what?
Something for free that I actually want, Sabine.
I mean,
True.
he barely even
looks
knew.
So sad.
He barely even knew
He
who.
even helped me.
Okay. How about this? You accept the trade by accepting my help to end this deal, and I will nullify the deal that I had with Eve. I will not find out why I cannot censor. I will not have to violate and go inside of her body, figure things out. I will let it be, and she can walk away free. She has her answer, and I'll give her answer. I'll give you the answer. I give the answer already. No, give the answer. Yes, how about that? You accept identify, and I will answer Eve's question without any price. The only price is accept. Let us make this trade. Let us end this dinner.
My friend Sabine is looking for someone. Perhaps you could tell us where they are. That would be actually helpful.
Okay, so I won't answer Eve's question. I'll nullify the deal like it never happened.
You could also do that. And then, because, it seems like you're very, very, you just really want me to say that I agree, which I don't yet.
He looks at all of you guys, and he can see that there's something agitating.
I will let you examine to a point, because I'm curious myself. But it will be on my terms.
Okay, yeah, how about that? I'll change the deal for free. How about that? You see, your friend wants you to accept this deal so that I can give her the answers that she's looking for.
But she'll look at Winnie and say, only if you wish. I have agreed to this deal of my own accord, and I am willing to accept it. So do not do anything on my behalf.
You tell us where the person that Sabine is looking for. And
I want to know where Sabine is looking for. What the person Sabine is looking for.
I was going to ask you that after Nolan's deal was done, just because he looks like he just was trying to be so helpful, and
he's trying really, really hard, isn't he?
I know, and it's so sad. And I just want to hold him and just rock him like the baby squirrelions, because he's just so sad. Do you need another kiss, perhaps?
I can't end this dinner without you accepting the closing of the trade.
About this.
Now,
We came in here for some information about cultists and what the cultists have been doing here. You tell me everything that has happened here, that the cultists have done, and where Sabine's friend is. And I'll agree.
alright. Let's walk through this one more time. You will accept my help. You will take identify with you, be your compass, and I will answer Sabine's question.
Questions?
Now, one.
One question. Is identify a spy?
No.
Spy. Can we see identify? Or she says yes?
This is the problem that I have. You said that you're from the underworld.
Yes.
And that makes me a little uncomfortable. So I just want to know if identify is a spy who is giving information to other people about us and where we are.
Will he hurt us?
Before I agree to anything, I want to make sure that my friends and I are safe and are unharmed because of a deal that I've made. You understand?
You. And you can see that he's just hesitating. Goddess of sorcery and ghosts have nothing to worry about from identify. But he is a loyal subject. As you contain the power inside you.
What about... I have nothing to worry about. What about my friends, though?
You will be under your control and command. He will only do what he is designed to do, nothing more.
So
but he will be of an assistance.
He won't report to anybody else, including you.
What would there be reporting up? I don't need anyone to report to me. I sense it all.
You said that he's a compass and that he would help us find things. I just don't want him helping other people to find us. You see.
He doesn't.
Or not even just other people, anyone. Not just people.
Yeah, you're confusing. But the answer is gonna be yes. He is not going to report to anybody. He is only going to be in the service of you. Is that understood? Is that in accord?
You are so smart and brave and just so wonderful. We're so proud of you.
Morwen just reaches out and pats his cheek and says, "That's very helpful."
Right. You can see that as you touch him, he's just like, okay. You accept my help. You accept identify to go into your service. He'll be your compass and guide.
And you will answer Sabine's questions about her friend.
And I will answer Sabine's questions. Two questions. That's it. That is it.
I needed a number.
And you can see the table begin to vibrate.
I won't stress you with more questions. It is alright, you can trust me.
Okay. 2 questions. This is completely unorthodox. I don't do this. You must swear that you never tell anyone, any mortal, what I'm doing here today.
You are our friend, right?
Right. That's right, thank you.
Friends.
So, you have identify, and I answer the 2 questions for Sabine. That's it.
3 questions.
Answer 3 questions. The deal with Eve is off. Done. Say it. It's done.
Shouldn't there be 4 questions because there are 4 of us? Just to make it even, right,
He
Eve?
extends his hand.
That seems really fair to me.
Fine, 4 questions. 4 questions for Sabine.
Oren, is there anything that you want?
And you can hear him just kind of crack his bones as he...
Oh, poor widow cutie.
I mean, Oren, I was planning on making my own deal with him, but I'm sure he knows what making a deal with the God of Secrets involves. So I don't know if he really wants to charge me for anything.
I mean, to be honest, he's not really very good at finding things that people want. Like, he even only gave me half of an answer of what I wanted.
Morwen, he
And you
might
can see the
start.
frustration.
He might start
I
to
assume
cry.
that he probably doesn't even know what I need to know or want to know. Like, all I care about is weird things like who and where the Cleonath is, which is, probably not even something that matters.
Probably something that we could find out in the library.
Yeah,
So
No, you
I
can't
don't
find
even think we
anybody
need to
cleaning
ask
out the
him.
library. Are you crazy? Oh, you guys
Call me crazy.
crazy.
So a question for each of us then would be
Oh,
perfectly appropriate.
yeah,
4 questions.
that seems fair. A question for each. And 2 for Sabine.
The deal is going to be then you accept my help with Identify. He is under your service. Then I answer a question for the god of song, entertainment, secrets. Then I shall answer 2 questions for the goddess of bloodshed and chaos. And I will answer 1 question for this thing beside me that I can't sense.
Oh, did you forget her name? It is Eve.
Eve, I will not forget Eve.
Good, good.
Is it a deal? He
I have a
extends his
question
hand.
too.
But yeah, and Mormon. We said 1 for each.
Morwen has
And
a question.
1 question for you.
Okay.
Are you sure that's all you want?
I mean, I
Yes.
don't think he can answer anything else for me, really. I'm gonna have a hard time thinking up a question that he'll be able to answer, so 1 is fine. And she shakes her head.
You take a hand, and the same symbol that burnt, actually the symbol from Eve's wrist disappears.
Amazing.
And it appears on Morwen's wrist. Ah, it's done! Oh, you have no idea. Oh, I would be spending an eternity here if you guys didn't pay with a deal. Oh, this is not.
Oh,
Oh, you guys are exhausting. I will hopefully never see you all again.
you don't want
Big
to.
deal.
You don't want to be my friend.
I will answer your questions, and then we shall part ways.
Yes.
All right.
Ask your questions. Morwen, what is your question?
Okay, so I have this scroll, and she pulls out the scroll.
Yes.
She said, I want you to tell me everything it says.
Sure. And he's like, fine. And he takes the scroll, opens it up, unrolls it. In fact, just moves the dinner off. It just gets flung off the table. He practically crawls onto the table, clears it off, rolls it out.
Aw.
You
I
see,
wanted those cupcakes.
this scroll is simply a summoning scroll for none other than Morrigan. Do you not see the 3 parts to it? The tools needed to bring all 3 together into one. But the scroll is incomplete. It's not perfect. It's been written by a scholar who made a mistake. And so it doesn't work fully. It's not complete. But with research into the subject in Apollo Sanctum, the answer will be found. That is what this is. You already know, because you're here. You're the maiden. You don't need to summon yourself. But this is for the mother, and this is for the crone. And he just kind of slams his finger on each of the symbols. So, I will allow you sight so that you can read it. In fact, Identify will be able to read this to you and give you everything that you need to know. Okay? That.
Have the knowledge
That's
to
it.
understand what I read.
That,
Kind of,
my dear.
what you're offering me is useless unless I actually understand it.
Cannot put things into your brain. I can only get you the information whether you deal with it and understand it. But Identify is a very good teacher. He can explain to you.
Oh, yay.
So Identify
Very
will help me
clearly.
understand.
How about a demonstration? Bring Identify forward and let him demonstrate.
Yeah,
Right?
maybe Identify can help me understand because you haven't been very useful.
He snaps his fingers and he's like, Identify, and appears. You see this little imp that just sort of like very shy. His wings are too big for his body.
Oh.
Just kind of huddles in like this. He has a elongated nose, and you can see that he has the same type of glasses that Morrowind is wearing.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
And
so
he's just
excited.
like, oh, hey, I'm Identify. You can see on his chest, there is an arcane symbol that has been carved into it. And it has like an arrow, right? And it's almost like as if it's carved like a spindle. It looks like some sort of spindle of some sort.
Oh, I
and
saw
it's
the
just
arrow.
clearly right on his chest.
Okay. Identify, can you help me to understand this? Because your friend has not really been very helpful to me.
Sabine just squeals.
you understand this, no problem, my lady. What we will do is simply, and he goes through and he marks out and maps out the ritual of the maiden. He maps out the ritual of the mother, and he maps out the ritual of the crone. And he says that there is an error in the ritual of the crone, and that there is a book that is written that is found within the library of the Apollo Sanctum that has been placed there by the head of the scholar department, none other than Octavius Ignacio Hunt.
Oh, Mike Hunt.
And he
Oh, my cunt himself.
is the head investigator
Of course.
and scholar that deals with these sort of rituals, summoning rituals. And he has a book that he misinterpreted, and if you give me the book, I'll be able to read it to you, and then that way, you can understand how to summon the crone and the mother, and then you can get together, and the 3 become one.
Oh, like a bedtime story.
Question, Identify, And she kind of explains the ritual that was going on at the prison.
Yes, that is exactly it. Yeah.
Who are they trying to summon? All three?
They were trying to summon all three, because the ritual didn't work of the crown, the spell sort of malfunctioned. And that is why, like, for example, what can happen when that happens? Sometimes the spiritual essence of a person can go instead of the physical form. And so that's sometimes things that happen when a spell malfunctions. Other times, a person can simply explode, and it is very messy. That's why you want to make sure that you have the summoning spell just right. That's why I recommend we don't use the scroll until we go to a Polysanctum, and then we find out the error, we fix it, and then you can go ahead and summon the other two.
Okay. I do have another question. And she explains the ritual circle that was underneath the, in the Temple of Mara.
And identifies that, yeah, the ritual summoning circle. That's exactly what it is, the summoning circle. And you can see, and he points to the circle that's on the floor with the goblet in the center. That is the summoning circle of Bane, right there.
Okay, but this summoning circle that happened in the Temple of Mara, who were they trying to summon there?
If it was in the Temple of Mara, it definitely would have been Mara, because the summoning circle has to be within the temple of the god or goddess that they are trying to summon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Identify. You've been so much more helpful than your friend.
And he just kind of like begins to go even redder, and his big wings begin to kind of cover his face. Oh, too much! And he just kind of wobbles away.
I think, Identify, we're going to be really good friends because you actually answer my questions.
And you can see that 𝘼𝙣𝙤 is very frustrated. Yes, sir, you can see that he's very useful. Yes. So.
Yeah, thank you. That's one good thing that you did today.
Thank you. And you can see just like he's just sweating. So.
My turn.
Oren.
Yeah. And I don't want to have to, remind you what happens to a demon if they go back on their word and don't fulfill their promise, but my question here is, I want to know the location and identity of all of the gods in the Pantheon.
Fucking god!
Location of all of the gods.
And identity, yep. Mm-hmm.
No, that is more questions than one.
No, that's one question. The location and identity of all of the gods. That's one question.
That is one question.
Listen here. You may pick the one god. One. That is the deal.
That was not the deal, though. You've already cast the deal.
The deal was for one question, and my question is to know the location and identity of all of the gods in the Pantheon.
You did not have any specifications or any guidelines on this. There were no the word Eve taught me parameters around your questions that we have. You just said you would answer all our questions.
Yes, you're right. I did say that. But the nice thing is, I'm not scared of this god.
Why would you be scared?
So, I will answer the question this way.
Answer.
The gods that still live on Olympia are there. The gods that have turned to mortal are here. You can find them in this room. You can find them infinitely. You can even find them underneath the arena of Remorum. And you can find them in the gladiator circle of Ulkamar. I answered your question. And then he goes and looks at...
I won't forget this lack of honesty. Just
Marwin's gonna stage whisper to
so
Oren.
you know.
I told you he's not very helpful.
I'm just saying a god like, or a being like you tends to rely on the god of secrets quite a bit, and this doesn't seem to be very helpful. And I don't forget things.
Oh, no. I understand. I understand. It's because it's beaten to you, isn't it? And you can see that he's just like vibrating.
At this, Eve turns to him and says, "Watch your tongue."
Or I'll cut it out.
That was very unkind.
He sticks out his tongue. Cut it. Do it.
You want me to?
Do.
Come here. Come closer.
He goes close.
And she'll just gently grab him by the chin and just say, "You're very cute. But you will be kind to us, right?" And she'll slowly close his jaw to put pressure on his tongue. "You're going to be a good little boy and be kind to us, right? We wouldn't want to be mean. For you would not like us when we're mean, right?
Do it.
You want me to."
Do it.
This isn't the time, Sabine. It's okay. He knows what he's gotten himself into in the long run.
I quite like playing with you. And she'll tap his tongue. She'll like tap his chin so it like bites his tongue.
He bites it. He's like blood pouring out of his mouth.
She'll like wipe the blood.
Around the table. You brought harm to the host, and guess what? My deal is now nullified.
What did I bring upon harm?
And he goes and plumes into black smoke.
Oh, stop it! I didn't put pressure on her.
Loophole.
Better get you to stop.
And all of a sudden, you hear cackles disappear.
Where did he go? Wait, where did he go?
And
Mullen?
that's when you hear Curator Bill. It's good to be in this flesh bag. We're gonna have some fun tonight. And that is where we're gonna end tonight's session as the Dinner of Devils has come to a close. And the with the demon begins. Next time! He coaxed you on, and Sabine bit on it.
I'm sorry.
But thank you very much. Holy smokes, that was a long one tonight. Thank you for sticking around. We're gonna pass it off for final words for Morwin. Sarah, the last for the social medias.
Yes, make sure you follow us on Instagram. Follow us here if you aren't already. So, be excited.
So exciting. I stand by that. That motherfucker bit his own tongue. I tapped his chin lovingly because she liked him.
I do have a question. Identify states, right?
You see identified just like hiding behind your chair.
Okay.
Rupert Chomsky is growling like crazy. Not at Identify, but at Curator Bill. There we are, everybody. Holy smokes, that was crazy.
That was so much fun.
And as always, we hope you live your best selves in your motor roles. We will see you next time. That was intense.
I stand by it. I didn't hurt him. He bit his own tongue. He bit his own